Hello, everyone. My guest today is Nick Kozmin. He has got a BSc in engineering physics. He's the founder of SalesProcess.io. It grew from zero to a $1.8 million run rate over the past several years. It's bootstrapped, one commission-based employee. We're going to dive into it today. He's helping 250 SaaS and high-ticket service companies scale up. Nick, are you ready to take us to the top?
Let's do it.
All right, man. So crowded space, marketing tech, sales tech. How are you positioning this? How's it different?
So we focus on helping SaaS companies grow profitably. We help them install what's called video sales letter funnels that basically it's the video sales letter funnel plus paid traffic to a demo. So we're helping companies just fill their calendar with demos. And our service and our product shows them how to do that and achieve profitable growth. So there's tons of marketing firms out there that show people how to do ads, show people how to do outbound prospecting, but not too many of these folks understand that they need to make it profitable. So, this is your world. If you're generating a demo at like $150 per demo on Facebook or using LinkedIn ads, let's say your show up rate is 70%, the close rate is 50% or 30%. You want to make the math make sense, right? So if you're spending $1,000 to get a client, you want your gross contribution to be over $1,000 in that first year. You want that payback period to be pretty short, so you guys can grow, so they can grow profitably. So we focus on that. So essentially, we build machines where you can spend $1 for SaaS companies. We spend $1, you should make at least $3 back in like 30 days. And we eat our own dog food. So we got to 1.8 million in 7 months.
That's where you're at today, 1.8.
Yeah, well, 2.2 in revenue, but since we're bootstrapped, I just look at cash collected. We're at like 1.8.
So let me ask it differently. Last month, how much did you do in revenue?
180.
Okay, 180. Got it. And what's that up from a year ago?
It's up. We were doing like 30 last year.
Okay, got it. So about 30 grand in December 2017. Now at 180 December 2018. You're saying you do all that by eating your own dog food. You do a lot of demos every day?
Oh yeah, buddy.
How many?
You want me to share my screen with you?
No, that won't come through.
I can show you. Well,
it won't come through on the show.
Like I had a sales rep. I got Joseph in Arkansas. I'm in Toronto. I do 5 to 6 demos a day, and then Joseph's doing 5 to 8 demos a day.
Okay. What's the team? So just 2 of you today?
We got to 1.8 with just me and Joseph. Mm-hmm. But then I brought on 2 other sales reps that are ramping up right now. They're not really selling. They're just training right now.
Okay. Are they like full-time employees or commission only?
Commission only. Everyone's commission only.
Okay. So just you really full-time.
Yeah. And Joseph's full-time, but he's commission only.
Okay. 2. Okay. Got it. Very good. Okay. So 2 full-time, and break down. So like what's the average customer pay you per month? You have a lot of SaaS companies using you.
Yeah, so our contract value is anywhere from $6,000 to $15,000 a year.
Okay, a year. And is that is it really variant on how many leads or how many demos you're setting up for them?
So we teach them. It's an e-learning. It's like a consulting e-learning package, right? So the $15,000 is more hands-on, where we actually help them write their copy and their ads. Like that's really what they're paying for. Like we just write banger ads that cut through Facebook and YouTube. So that's what our $15,000 clients get. And then our $6,000 package is basically the playbook on how to build these video sales letters. So we give them the sales scripts, the BSL scripts, the ad scripts, the templates, how to set the CRM, how to hire folks, how to do a demo, how to one call close. Most people have no idea how to do that.
Yeah. So just to be clear, is this like an agency on steroids, Nick, or is this truly a SaaS company?
It's not an agency. It's a like info product.
Okay, got it. Yeah. But it's not. I mean, you have to hustle every month and close new deals every month to build stackable recurring revenue. Correct?
Yeah. Well, the contract is per year, so
okay.
It's a yearly contract, and we have a group. We have a community, so they pay to be part of the community.
Okay, so let me do a specific example here. I'm going to pick one of these logos you have off your site. So a company like Copilot or Gather or AdvisorStream is paying you. What you're saying is Copilot's going to say, Nick, we have 2 SDRs. They're putting into AEs right now. We want to test if your system makes our SDRs more effective for getting demos for these AEs. We want to sign up for you to do, line us up 200 demos over the next year. And you're going to say, okay, that's $15,000.
Yeah, well, we'll look at, it depends on the price point and the market that they're in, right? We usually, if they're just doing outbound, if they're selling something over like 50 grand, they're looking at 5 to 20 demos a month. If they're a little bit lower price point where they're selling like SMBs, like we can get like 120 demos a month. It just depends on on who they're going after.
How many customers are you serving today?
280.
280. Okay. And when did you launch the company? What year?
So I started 7 years ago, but I was kind of like I would go in, I could only help 2 customers at a time. So I'd go in for half a year and I'd roll up my sleeves and do all the work. So I'd build the funnel, I'd get on the phone, I'd build the sales team, I'd run their ads, and it was $100,000 fee plus 15% of the lift. So I would go in and I could only do 2 of those a year. So then we did these deals. Everyone started asking me.
Well, hold on, Nick. Sorry. So that was back in 2011?
Yeah, 2012, yeah.
And so, like, where were you in life at that point? Was this like college or out of college or quit corporate?
So when I was in school, I studied engineering. I was in $50,000 worth of debt. I had to pay off my student loan, so I got a job selling door to door for a company called Canadian Property Stars. Became the top salesperson there, and then paid off all my loans. When I graduated, I started a business called Midnight Detailing, where we took the door to door marketing and sales method, applied it to washing rich people's cars in Toronto. And that was an awesome business. It ran seasonally. We took that from 0 to 3,000 customers in 2 years. Then we sold it to a company called Go Wrench Auto because I couldn't convince people to wash cars in the wintertime. So I sold it.
That's because that's the wrong thing to convince them of in the wintertime. You just need to put more salt on the roads.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
That's how you get more car washes.
Yeah. So after Go Wrench, I got into helping SaaS companies, and then I started doing like the done for you work, and then we transitioned last year to this accelerator model.
Which is, you're basically, I mean, I see you're definitely kind of angling towards, hey, if you're in 500 startups, if you're in YC, if you're in Techstars, like, use us, we'll help you drive sales. I mean, you're definitely positioning on your sales page to that audience. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. What I want to understand, though, right, is how much of this is, I mean, you're an engineer, so you think about systems. You hustled your ass off, just doing 2 clients a year, just doing whatever you had to do to get that revenue, get your debt paid off. But I'm curious, like, usually when someone like you has this kind of success in an agency model, over time, they get lazier, and that's a good thing because they build systems to do stuff they had to do in the past. What I'm trying to figure out is, have you actually built code that runs this system, or have you just essentially hired a few commissioned folks and they're eating their own dog food and they're actually driving this thing, like, which would be more of an agency model, not a SaaS model?
So what we did was I took everything that I was doing that was getting, because my case studies were pretty awesome, like 0 to $1 million in a year, right, from a standing start. And I figured out how to do it, and then I wrote the process. And so that's what we sell to our customers now. Like, we have all the documents, we have all the templates.
Oh, I see.
We have all the flows. We give them the keys to the car, and they go and drive it.
Okay, got it. So you have essentially a templated system, but if that, if Time Hero signs up for you and they're targeting $100 a month SMB accounts versus, I'm going to make this up, Catapult signs with you and they're trying to sign up $100,000 ACV accounts, like, you have to modify that template a bit before you hand that, like, binder of training to their sales team. Is that accurate?
Yep, that's right.
Okay, but is that right though? That's the deliverable?
Yeah, exactly. So,
okay.
Like, for instance, like Time Hero is going to be running paid traffic to a free trial funnel, right? And then they'll stick a demo in there for people that want to do multi-license, like if they would want to sign up for 10. Whereas someone who's doing a $50,000 or $100,000 enterprise deal, they're going to use a video sales letter to book meetings against the calendar. They're not going to it's no free trial for $100,000, right? They're going to use the same video sales letter structure, but they're going to funnel it to the end point is going to be a meeting instead of a trial.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question. The reason SaaS is so popular is it's just a more effective ATM, right? If you put if you drive a new dollar of MRR in a SaaS company, valuation wise for the founder, if you own 100%, that's essentially worth annualized. So a dollar times 12 is $12. And then if you have healthy economics like churn, LTV, CAC, payback, all that jazz, you can get in maybe a 5 to a 10x multiple. Let's be conservative and say 5 times that $12. So that's $60 for a dollar of MRR you've driven, right? That is really effective. Your model, which I mean, right now it's a really effective training program, but you're essentially helping these ATMs run more effectively, but I don't think you actually have equity in those ATMs. How do you move from doing what you're doing now to actually getting into the value that you're creating for these pure play SaaS companies?
Yeah, it's a good question. And so our long-term goal, and we started doing this already. So our customers, out of 280, there's a few superstars in there. And we have like cash and, like our business does well. So we're able to invest into those deals at good terms because we can help them more. Like if we give them money, then we can help them more than just with the money because we can help them with their ads and scale it.
Who have you invested in, one or two of the companies so far?
So right now, Seamless AI.
Okay.
You know them?
No, I don't.
Okay, yeah, they're doing really well.
Which did they go through an accelerator?
Seamless is out of Ohio. They didn't go through an accelerator. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you will essentially lead the angel round, or you'll go on the back of like a VC round?
I won't lead anything. I'll just jump in.
Okay, so how did you give Seamless.ai money? Was it like here's 20 grand for 5% of the company?
Well, they had a convertible note, right? And our thesis is like we can get them to that point of inflection where if they solve lead generation and they solve the predictable sales method, all it is a function of cash and time to get to a certain point, right? So we get basically we want to get in at that point, and then
so you're investing in the convertible note.
Yeah.
Okay, which somebody else kind of set the terms for.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Okay, cool. My question still goes back to you. I mean, what you're doing is you're an engineering. I mean, the pedigree is like perfect. You're an engineer. You know how to talk. You can communicate. You're building a team. Like you're generating your own revenue. But like if you were optimizing just to like get filthy freaking rich, you would go build something in an exciting space and actually apply these things in your own tech company. I mean, when do you do that? It's got to be on your mind.
Yeah. Well, I've worked with so many SaaS companies, right? And I'm just looking at return on capital. Because I have my own capital. I was like, well, how do I get that's all I care about is just growing capital.
Yep.
And so I came up with a model that's pretty damn effective right now. And I'm going to hit a plateau, and then I'm going to have to do something else to keep the growth going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Let me go in here. So real quick, where are you guys all based? Where's the team? You and the other full time?
So I'm in Toronto, Canada. Joseph is in Arkansas. I have a guy in New York, and I have a guy in Vegas.
Okay, so Toronto and kind of remote. And then how many of these customers, when their year kind of contract expires, how many renew?
I don't know yet. We've only been doing it for a year.
Oh, God. I thought you said you launched this back 7 years ago.
This was that was my like done for you. We launched this this group program, the training program, in January of this year.
Okay, so it's like a membership site.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. All right, let's wrap up here with the famous five. Number one, what's your favorite business book?
4 Steps to the Epiphany by Steve Blank.
Number two, is there a CEO you're following or studying right now?
Yeah, Jeff Bezos.
Number three, what is your favorite online tool for building the company?
Close.io.
Number four, how many hours of sleep do you get every night?
I try to get 8.
What do you get, though? Nick, what do you get?
You broke up there. Say that again.
Yeah, what do you get? How many hours?
8 hours. I try to get 8.
Yeah. So you say you try to get 8. Is that actually what you're getting, or is it way less?
I try 7 to 8.
Okay, fair enough. Good. And what's your situation? Married, single, kids?
I have a girlfriend.
Okay, not married. No kids running around you don't know about?
I don't think so.
All right, just messing with you. And how old are you?
I'm 27.
27. Last question. What do you wish your 20-year-old self knew?
Pay smart people for help. I got a lot of people give me the wrong information, but then I paid somebody a lot of money to show me stuff, and it helped.
Guys, pay smart people for help. Launched kind of just a kind of hustle agency, done for you system back at 7 years ago to help people drive more sales and demos. He's now kind of codified that today. It's still really a training and membership program, but he's scaled nicely to 280 customers, paying anywhere between 6 and 15 grand per year, doing call it, $1.8 million over the past, call it trailing 12 months. So healthy growth. 2 people based between Toronto and other remote locations, totally bootstrapped, which obviously is a great place to be. Nick, thanks for taking us to the top.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.